Hello, Undertaker Freak, and anyone else supposed to be watching, and if you're actually watching Undertaker Freak, that's cool if you are, but I just watched your video. Obama is not going to take your guns away, and I agree with a lot what was said in your video, and I disagree with some of it, so I thought I'd post a YouTube video about it, because that's just what people like you and I do. We feel the need to regurgitate some things into the echo chamber, and that's fine, but I thought I'd respond to some of the stuff. I do agree with the argument that, you know, it's in case the tyrannical government comes down on us. And I would say to them personally, I'm sure you would disagree, the tyrannical government is already here. It's a little bit late for that. And people think when the government coming down on them per se, they think their rifle is going to save them. And I'm going to tell them, we spent $850 billion annually on our military, and we have the most well-versed, technologically advanced military in the history of the world. You don't stand a fucking chance. But that's a whole nother topic for another day. So I agree with those 2 points. But another one I disagree with, I hear this argument a lot, and this is my take on it. People say, you know, you don't need an assault rifle. And I can see where people come from on this, I really can. But I disagree with it in the sense that my personal political philosophy is that I think that's an overstep in government. I don't think the government should have to step in and say, we don't like that and we're going to make it inaccessible for you. We just don't like it. So they just take it away and jerk it off the market. It creates a black market. Not to say that we should just avoid doing things like that just to avoid creating a black market, but it's just an overstep for me in government. See, the government doesn't step in on many other things in the United States and say, we don't like this, we're going to take it away, aside from drugs and food and stuff like that. But we don't need a 50-inch plasma screen TV, and I don't need a 2-story house, and I don't need a Ford F-350 if I have an office job. But the government doesn't take in and take those things. I guess there are different views to that, but I don't see one. That's me personally. So I guess in the sense that we won't really need an assault rifle, but at the same time, to those same people I would say, well, then why does the government need drones hovering over our cities if we don't need an assault rifle? If we are that much of an imminent danger, to whereas we invest that much money and capital into our military and police forces, to whereas we have unmanned drones that can launch bombs at people, why don't, tell me again why I don't need an assault rifle or a semi-automatic rifle. And also, you probably already know this, you probably heard it 1,000 times, but just in case you haven't, the assault rifle word semantical spin in the media. People think assault rifles, they think Al Capone, like mow everything down and destroy everything, killing mass amounts of people in a few seconds. But assault rifles since the 90s and late 80s have already been difficult to get a hold of. I mean, there's federal wait lists for years just for a fully automatic weapon, and even when you get them, you're watched like a hawk. Like, you will never have an amount of privacy again when it comes to transactions or movements, and I think a lot of people are aware of that. I think the reason why people are so scared of these AR-15s all of a sudden is because they're military style looking. They look like killing machines. You know, the buttstocks, the foregrips, and the regular other holds. I'm not too well versed on guns in case it's hard to notice. But I think they're easy to demonize because they look scary. But really, an AR-15, even though it's a military-style weapon, is no different from a 22 Plinger Remington rifle. It's a semi-automatic rifle. That's all it is. And I looked in the list of the weapons that were proposed in Congress to ban, and many of these weapons weren't even rifles. Some of these were semi-automatic pistols like the Tech-9. And that is interesting. And not only is he supposedly proposing on banning all these guns, but he's also going to ban magazines over 10 rounds. And for the government to come in and say, you don't need that much ammunition, I think for anyone on any side of the political spectrum, that should be scary. I genuinely do. When the government tells you, you don't need that much ammunition, or you don't need this much arms, that is scary. But I will argue this. I don't think the government's going to step in people's homes and take their guns away. I want to think that, because people are a bit nutty about their guns in this country, and I think people have the right to be. I don't think there's a wrong thing with that. I really don't. But over the past decade, the United States, in terms of civil liberties, it's just been crushed. People, these same nutty Second Amendment people that you claim are, they sat idly by while acts like the NDAA and the Patriot Act were passed. One of which the bills actually allows the army and the military to assassinate citizens with impunity and detain people for an indefinite amount of time with no lawyer, no jury, no review, no nothing. And there's even a clause in the NDAA that allows us to nuke China. I shit you not. And people have sat idly by while these were passed. So, is it too crazy to believe that the government couldn't step in one day and systematically take people's weapons away somehow? Whether that be in a legal form or actually physically taking them? I'd like to think no. But look at what's been going on the past 10 years in this country. And not a single peep out of anybody. I thought I'd mention that, thought I'd throw a few things out there, and you can respond to this video if you like. I would really enjoy if you did. But if not, that's cool either. I know you've got a lot of people irking you. So, and to all my other subscribers, you know, you're obviously free to say whatever. So, tell me what you think. If you have opposing ideas and arguments, I'd love to hear them. Always open to the things. So, have a blessed, awesome morning.